The Galactic Council chamber was silent, save for the faint hum of the energy field that separated the delegates from the towering alien commander. The being stood at the center of the room, its iridescent exoskeleton shimmering under the artificial light. Its 4 compound eyes scanned the room, each one reflecting the faces of the assembled species, some insectoid, some reptilian, some so utterly alien that they defied description. But today, the commander's attention was fixed on the lone human representative, Dr. Elena Marquez. "Please create a human," the commander demanded, its voice a deep, resonant vibration that seemed to emanate from the very walls. "You must inspect me." Elena blinked, her mind racing. She had been called to the council to explain humanity's recent advancements in bioengineering, but this was not what she had expected. "Create a human," she repeated, her voice steady despite the surreal nature of the request. "You want me to build a human? Here? Now?" The commander's mandibles clicked together, a sound that might have been a laugh or a threat. "Yes. You are the foremost expert in your species' genetic manipulation. Demonstrate your capabilities. Create a human, and let us inspect it, and you." The room erupted in murmurs. The Galactic Council was no stranger to strange requests, but this was unprecedented. Elena took a deep breath, her mind already working through the logistics. She had brought her portable lab kit, a compact device capable of synthesizing basic organic structures. But creating a fully functional human? That was another matter entirely. "Commander," she began, choosing her words carefully, "creating a human is not as simple as assembling a machine. It requires time, resources, and a deep understanding of our biology. Even if I were to create a rudimentary prototype, it would lack the complexity and consciousness of a true human." The commander tilted its head, a gesture that might have been curiosity or impatience. "Then create a rudimentary prototype. We wish to understand your species. Your ingenuity. Your resilience. Your flaws." Elena hesitated. She knew the risks. A poorly constructed prototype could reflect badly on humanity, reinforcing the stereotypes that some species held about humans being reckless or primitive. But she also saw an opportunity, a chance to showcase humanity's creativity and adaptability. "Very well," she said, setting her lab kit on the table. "I will create a prototype. But understand that it will be a simplified version of a human, lacking many of the traits that define us." The commander nodded, its compound eyes gleaming with anticipation. "Proceed." Elena worked quickly, her fingers flying over the controls of her lab kit. She started with the basic building blocks of life, amino acids, nucleotides, and lipids, assembling them into a rudimentary genome. She skipped over the complexities of the human brain, focusing instead on the physical form. She programmed the prototype to have a functional circulatory system, a skeletal structure, and a basic nervous system. It would not be sentient, but it would be alive. As she worked, the council delegates watched in silence, their expressions ranging from fascination to disdain. The insectoid delegates seemed particularly intrigued, their antennae twitching as they observed the process. The reptilian delegates, on the other hand, looked bored, their slit-pupilled eyes half-lidded. Finally, after several hours, Elena stepped back. "It's done," she announced, her voice tinged with both pride and apprehension. The commander leaned forward, its compound eyes narrowing as it examined the prototype. The creature lay on the table, its chest rising and falling with shallow breaths. It looked human, mostly. Its skin was pale and smooth, its features symmetrical but devoid of expression. Its eyes were closed, and it showed no signs of consciousness. "Fascinating," the commander said, its voice low. "But incomplete. Where is its mind? Its soul?" Elena shook her head. "As I said, this is only a prototype. It lacks the complexity of a true human. It cannot think or feel. It is, in essence, a blank slate. The commander's mandibles clicked again, and this time Elena was certain it was a laugh. A blank slate, it repeated. How fitting. For is that not what your species is? A blank slate, endlessly adaptable, endlessly unpredictable? Elena frowned. I'm not sure I understand. The commander straightened, its exoskeleton gleaming. We have observed your species for centuries. You are fragile, yes. Prone to conflict and self-destruction. But you are also remarkable. You have risen from the mud of your planet to the stars. You have faced extinction and thrived. You have created art, music, and stories that resonate across the galaxy. And now, you have created life itself. Elena felt a surge of pride, but it was tempered by caution. We are far from perfect, she said. But we strive to be better. The commander nodded. And that is why we have summoned you. We wish to understand your species, not as a curiosity, but as a potential ally. Your resilience, your creativity, your flaws, they are what make you unique. And they are what we need. Elena's eyes widened. You need us? The commander's voice softened, a rare display of vulnerability. Our species is ancient, but we are stagnant. We have reached the limits of our evolution, our technology, our culture. We need inspiration. And we believe your species can provide it. The room was silent, the weight of the commander's words hanging in the air. Elena looked at the prototype, its chest still rising and falling, and then at the assembled delegates. She realized that this was not just a test of humanity's capabilities, but a test of its character. Then let us work together, she said, her voice firm. Let us learn from each other. Let us create something greater than ourselves. The commander's compound eyes gleamed, and for the first time, Elena thought she saw something like hope in its gaze. Agreed, it said. Let us begin. In the months that followed, humanity and the Galactic Council embarked on a new era of cooperation. The prototype became a symbol of that partnership, a reminder of what could be achieved when species set aside their differences and worked together. And though it was never given a mind or a soul, it served its purpose, not as a human, but as a bridge between worlds. As for Elena, she returned to Earth not just as a scientist, but as a diplomat. She had faced the unknown, and in doing so, she had shown the galaxy the best of what humanity had to offer. And in the end, that was all anyone could ask for.